everyone, welcome to the next video in my Vlogmas series. My name is Katie, I am a 4th year first grade teacher and I'm so excited to take you guys along as I do a little crafting for Christmas today. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a mini tutorial on how I make the infamous elf gifts for my students. I make these every single year for my class. You're probably tired of hearing about them if you follow me on Instagram or have watched any of my previous vlogs, but I have gotten some comments of some people who asked for a mini tutorial on how I customize these to make gifts for my students, so I thought Vlogmas would be the perfect time to share that with you guys. First, here are the things that I need for this project. Obviously, I needed to get some elves from the Dollar Tree. They have tons of them in stock this year. I feel like a couple years ago, I got them in October and then they were like gone forever. But this year, for some reason, there have been tons in my local Dollar Tree. So go get some elves. I get one that looks like every student in my class. The next thing that I needed to get was some white HTV vinyl. HTV stands for heat transfer vinyl, so it's the kind that you can iron onto fabrics. And then I'm also going to be using my Cricut machine and Cricut Design Space on my computer. I will also use my Cricut heat press to put the vinyl onto the elves, which I'll show you guys later, but you could just use an iron to apply the HTV vinyl as well. All right, let's go ahead and get started. To start, I open up Cricut Design Space and I'm going to upload an SVG file that is from Jennifer Maker's blog post on how to make these customized elves. I will link that in the description below because it's probably a better resource than this video if you're really confused and need some help with how to make them. And I have read it, watched her video, and it's fantastic. So she has this awesome file that has all of the little elf accessories and also a 2-size template of the elf dolls that I'm going to use. So I'm going to click ungroup because I do not use all of the things that she has on here. In fact, I only use one of the snowflakes because I just am keeping it simple because I'm doing 17 of these for my whole class. But actually, you know, that holly's kind of cute. I might try the holly this year too. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to just stick with the snowflakes. So I keep the template over here, and I'm just going to size the snowflake to be how I would like it to look on the girls' hats, because I put the little snowflakes on the girls' and boys' hats. Once I've sized the snowflake, I'm going to copy and paste it as many times as I need. For this video, I'm just making 3. Next, I'm going to add in the text with the students' chosen names. So I ask my kids what they would name a pet elf if they had one, and that's the name that I put on there. They always have such creative responses. I've put Spider-Man on some, I've put Cookie on some, so it's really cute to see what they come up with. Usually what I do is I use the font DK Jambo, which is one that Jennifer Maker recommends for the girls, and then I'll show you what that one looks like. DK Jambo. And then it's just this cute little scripty font. And then for the boys, I would use the font called Grinch that looks like the font from the Grinch movie. So here that one is right there. It's really fun. For the sake of these elves, all of the names that I'm doing start with the letter A, and I really don't like this capital A. So I played around with it earlier, and I'm going to add a different size A to all of these names, or a different font. So let's see. I'm going to use the font KG behind these hazel eyes for the capital A because I like how that one looks better and it still kind of goes with the rest of the scriptiness. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take this font over here and kind of size it to where it fits perfectly on the little girl's shirt, just like so. I'm going to move it back over to my snowflake just for the sake of being organized. And then I'm going to repeat that with the other names that I need. The next thing I'm going to do is add the date. I like to add the year at the bottom just so they can remember when they got it. I'm going to stick with this behind these hazel eyes font because I like that one. I think it looks cute. I make sure that it's sized to fit on the foot of the elf. And then I'm going to also copy and paste that 3 times so it's ready to go. And then I have all my little things that I'm going to put on the HTV ready. So I'm going to click on this little guy and I'm going to delete the template, or you can hide the template for later, and it's ready to go. So I'm going to click on Make It. Next, I need to load my material into my machine by placing the HTV vinyl shiny side down on my sticky mat, and then I need to click on the mirror button to mirror all the images since I will be ironing them on in the end. Then when I click on continue, it'll prompt me to select my Cricut device, and then I choose my base material, which for this project I used the Cricut brand Smart Iron-On in matte white. It gives me one more reminder to mirror the image and to make sure I'm shiny side down, and then I click continue. And then using the flashing arrow on my Cricut device, I load the material and the mat in, and it's going to measure the size of the mat and the material for me. And after it's finished, I click on the Cricut button and it will start to cut. Then when it's finished, I take the material back out of the machine, I kind of cut off the excess, and then I begin to weed my design, which means I'm taking off everything that I don't want to be ironed on with this little weeder tool. It can be kind of tedious, but it's also kind of fun at the same time. And then I cut apart all the little pieces of the designs. Now I'm just going to lay them on the elf doll to make sure that it looks how I'd like it to look. It's going to be so cute. Now I'm going to use my Cricut Easy Press and a piece of parchment paper. I set it to 315 degrees and then I only held it onto the design for about 15 seconds in each spot. I did use the parchment paper because that is what Jennifer Maker suggested to protect the polyester fabric that was on the elf so it doesn't melt or get discolored in any way. And the backing should peel right off, and here is what the finished product looks like. Okay, y'all, I just finished these elves, and I forget how stinking cute they are every single year. Look how good they turned out. I was like freaking out every time I peeled something off. That Easy Press made it literally so easy, hence the name. Here's the little year on there, their name, and their snowflake. I am so excited with how they turned out. Now I've just got to make about like 14 more, right? So I got a lot to do, but that's a little quick tutorial on how to make these elves for your students in your classroom. Again, I'm linking Jennifer Maker's blog because she has an awesome step-by-step tutorial, and she also has a YouTube video for how to make these that's way more in-depth and way more helpful than mine. But I hope this gave you some Christmas student gift inspiration and was just fun. And oh my goodness, I'm like freaking out. Like I want to make one for myself now. I am a stuffed animal junkie. Like that's why I love giving these gifts to my students so much, I think, is because when I was younger, I had all the stuffed animals and loved all of them equally, and they were just my favorite. So now I'm like geeking out over these. I'm going to be in a good mood for the rest of the day just from making these. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching this Vlogmas video, and I will catch you in the next one.